Good morning. Well, what happens is this. Every day, Monday through Friday, hopefully, I walk into this room and I grab the iPad.
People staring, people don't care.
I put it over here on this stack, this spool of CDs there, so it'll be the right height. I pull up my chair and I look at the camera and I say, good morning. I guess you've all heard by now that the next big thing for the American space race is to go to Mars. I'd like to invite you to join me on BillTvMacon2 on a regular basis. Speaking of BillTvMacon2, I've already mentioned on the Blue Channel that I have recently joined my church choir in Russia to simulate a flight to Mars. 3 Russians, a Frenchman, an Italian, and a Chinaman go into a restaurant. I'm sorry, that was a setup to a joke. I'll wait a moment for the laughter to die down. Yeah. I know. A lot of people don't know how my second channel started. When Chartjackers was doing a video, I began this channel so that I wouldn't be singing on my first channel. I thought it would be weird for people to be tuning into BillTvMacon and see me applauding. You know, I was in one of those little squares in the video, right? I got nothing. I know. I just like wearing the robe. 3 Russians, a Frenchman, an Italian, and a Chinese astronaut spent 5 years confined together just to see if they could do it. We've already established in my life that I am the worst musician of a family of musicians. So there's probably some sort of innate thing where I'm always trying to prove myself to be a better musician than I really am. Here's the fun part. There was gravity. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, how does it feel to be encapsulated for 5 years? I don't know. Prison? I sang in this church choir for 8.5 years. But it was a slower process. Now it's mostly professional people, and they know how to sight read music, and they pick up these things and blah 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 blah. Next, blah 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 blah. Next, Odie, hey. That's really not a bad premise for a flight, you know, or at least a simulation to see if people could live together for 5 years during the trip. But my answer is, have you never had Thanksgiving with the relatives? Kind of sound like a foghorn over there, and I'm next to a very talented tenor who actually can sing, and so he raises his hand and asks the choir master, can you give me that note that I'm supposed to hit because I can't find it? He's pointing at me. I have wonderful peripheral vision. I can't read a note, but I can see what he's doing. Recently, I've been doing a daily video that's no editing, as you can well see. It's done exclusively on the iPad, and I put it online, and we just sort of discuss things. But have you ever been on one of those long trips with people and you're just kind of looking up at the top of the car to see if there's a way you could hang yourself before the trip is over? I was confirmed in this church. The organ was in the front, and so was the choir. Then they raised millions of dollars to move the choir and the organ to the back. Them pretending to be in outer space for 5 years is kind of similar to me, let me think, making a YouTube video expecting people to watch. BillTvMacon2 on YouTube. It's been good for me to be with people every week, twice a week, you know, for rehearsal, and then again on Sunday, because I was like 6 steps short of being the old man that came out of his house 3 times a week just to check the mail. Nobody has stopped to think, after all this planning and those people being in that capsule for 5 years just to see if they could do it, the world's gonna end in 2012. I'd like to chime in on this choir thing. Space has always been a big deal in my family. I have so much of it between my ears. Me singing makes about the same sound as a tree falling on a camel. Kind of like a... Well, now this is interesting. I just got an email from one of the people in the choir that I've just been traded to the Baptist.